court case is Texas versus Johnson, and Texas versus Johnson was a decision by the Supreme Court of the United States that invalidated prohibitions on desecrating the American flag. So this happened in 1989, and some stuff that was going on in 1989 was George Herbert Walker Bush was inaugurated as the 41st U.S. president, and serial killer Ted Bundy was executed. So Gregory Lee Johnson, he was a member of the Revolutionary Communist Youth Brigade. He participated in a political demonstration in the 1984 Republican National Convention in Dallas, Texas. And he was with a group of demonstrators who were protesting the policies of the Reagan administration and other companies that were based in Dallas. And they marched through the streets, and at Dallas City Hall, Johnson poured kerosene on the American flag and set it on fire. So Johnson was charged with violating the Texas law that prohibits vandalizing respected objects. He was convicted, sentenced 1 year, and fined $2,000. He appealed his conviction to the 5th Court of Appeals of Texas, but then he lost this appeal. After this, the case was sent to the Texas Court of Criminal Appeals, which is the highest court in Texas that sees criminal appeals. The court overturned his conviction, saying that the state could not punish Johnson because the First Amendment protects acts such as symbolic speech. Texas then replied to this, saying that its interests were more important than Johnson's symbolic speech. They wanted to preserve the flag as a symbol of national unity, and they wanted to maintain order within their state, and they felt that Johnson was order. The court then replied to this that neither of these state interests could be used to justify Johnson's conviction. The court also concluded that the flag burning in this case did not cause or threaten to cause any breach of the peace, and so therefore they could not convict him because of that. So now after this, the Supreme Court became involved. Texas asked the Supreme Court of the United States to hear the case of Texas versus Johnson. They heard the case and handed down their decision in 1989. The opinion of the Supreme Court came down to a controversial 5-4 decision. The majority opinion was delivered by William J. Brennan, Jr., and the other people joining him on the majority opinion were Justices Marshall, Blackmun, Scalia, and Kennedy. So the First Amendment protects the right of speech, but the court recognizes that this protection goes beyond the spoken word. And this is seen in Stromberg versus California and Tinker versus Des Moines Independent Community School District, where they used items to display a speech. So the court concluded that they cannot prohibit particular conduct because it has expressive elements. Texas then conceded to this that Johnson's conduct was expressive in nature and that it threatened their protection of peace. The court found that no disturbance of the peace actually occurred or is threatened to occur because of the burning of the flag. Kennedy wrote a concurrence stating that even those who disrespect what the flag stands for are and will always be protected under it. There were 2 dissenting opinions to this concurrence, and one was by William H. Rehnquist, who argued that the uniqueness of the flag justifies a governmental prohibition against flag burning in the way that Respondent Johnson did here. The second dissenting opinion was by Justice John Paul Stevens, who argued that the flag is a symbol of freedom, equal opportunity, religious tolerance, and unity, and it cannot be measured. He believed that Johnson should be punished for his opinion and the way he acted on his opinion. The court's decision invalidated laws that were in force in 48 of the 50 states. Two decades later, which is like now, the issue still remains controversial. Recent polls suggest that a majority of Americans still support a ban on flag burning. So in 1989, Congress enacted the Flag Protection Act, which made it a federal crime to desecrate the flag. Congress considered the Flag Desecration Amendment, which would always pass in the House, but then it was defeated in the Senate numerous times. So I bet you're wondering what happened to Johnson. Well, 2 days after the Flag Protection Act was passed, Johnson and 3 others set fire to 3 American flags while chanting, "Burn, burn, burn." He remained an active member of the Revolutionary Communist Youth Brigade. Are there any questions?
Anybody? Thank you.
Yeah?
Is he still alive?
I think he's still alive, yeah. I read something that said that he's just living in, I think he's in Oklahoma right now. It's just on a farm or something. Yeah.
What falls under desecration?
I think just any like, I mean, mostly you talked about burning, but I think
Yeah.
if you like cut it up or like did anything to like harm its like unity, then I guess that